Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be doing a live demo on how you can use FreeTaxUSA. It's a popular and free tool for filing tax returns in the US. And I'll do a live demo with you. We'll do a step-by-step process on how you can file the taxes. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to file various kinds of forms by your own self. So let's get started and let me share my screen. Now, the first thing that you would have to do when you land on FreeTaxUSA is just sign in. You can use your Gmail to sign in as well. And once you do that, this is the first page you will land on. So you have to fill out basic details about your own self. For example, I'm going to fill out these details. So these are dummy details, by the way, only for the purpose of this video. I've said the first name is John, middle name is N, Mr. Occupation, let's say this person is into marketing, right? Now, social security number is a 9-digit number. This is something that your client will be providing to you. For the purpose of this video, I'm just putting out a dummy number. Now, let's say that the date of birth is 13th of August, 1990. Do I have a foreign address? So I've just put in ABC apartment number, let's say 3, city and state. I've put in New York, 12345 and 1234. It has to be a 9-digit zip code. Now, there will be some questions you will have to answer. So, can your parent claim you as a dependent? So, I've answered no. Do you want to contribute $3 to presidential election campaign? So, you just go ahead, click on yes or no, whatever is your client's interest, and then you go and save and continue. Now, once you do this, it is going to make sure that you have double checked your social security number. It's basically like the Aadhaar number that we have in India. So, make sure that your client's correct social security number reflects here. Save and continue. Okay, now what is your filing status for the single, married, head of household, so on and so forth? So I'm going to choose single and save and continue. Okay, do you have any dependents or qualifying children? So I'm going to say no. If there is any dependent, you can go ahead and add the dependent. Now it's going to go ahead and verify your personal information summary. This is the first step. These details are correct. Filing status is single. Phone number is there. So I'm going to add continue. Now it's going to keep advertising the deluxe part of it, but we're using the free software, so we are not going to use this and we're just going to click on continue. Perfect. Now we're off to a good start. Let's continue to income. This is the important part, okay? Are you ready to enter your W-2? So you should say, yes, I'm ready to enter my W-2. And here is where you will have to fill out your details about the W-2. If you don't have any or your client doesn't have any, this is the option that you're going to click on, but I want to show you how to fill out the W-2 also. Now, once you do this, there will be 3 options available. You could either upload the PDF of your wages, salary receipts, whatever you have. You could take a picture of that, or you could enter it manually also. So let me show you how the manual part is. I'm going to click on continue. All right, now this is basically a reflection of the wages. So box A, employee social security number is something that would have employee social security number. And then you would also have to go ahead and put out your employer identification number. So go ahead, take this from the employer. For this video, I'm just putting out a dummy number. Employer's name. So let's see, my employer is Blake Ratty. Take driveway. Okay, address type, employer address, I'm going to say Upper East Side. Employer city also, I'm going to put out as New York. The state also will be New York. So I'm just going to go ahead, fill this out. Zip code 12345. 1234. Once you have filled out these details, federal tax information. So let's say my income is 50,000 US dollars. You can go ahead, put out all of these details as well if this is existent for your client, and move on to save and continue. Now it's going to do the same thing that it did for personal information. It will double check your payer information. So it will double check your employer. It will double check your employer identification number and the name as well. This is correct. So I'm going to click on save and continue. Okay, now it'll ask you some basic questions whether you want to pay ministry or clergy wages. So I'm going to say no. Do you have any ministry or clergy wages? So I'm going to say no and no, save and continue. Double check your wages. So yes, this is correct. Perfect. Now these are my wages correctly reflected. I'm going to continue. This is the summary of my wages. Box 2 was not filled out, and then I'm going to continue. So that is my W2 summary. If you have a PDF, automatically upload that and it will pick all of these details. Okay. So these are my wages. Now, if your client gives you all of these details and if it exists for them, you can go ahead, add the savings, unemployment compensation. Of course, this would not exist. So you can go ahead and add your investment and savings, retirement income, whatever is applicable. You can start adding these as well, but I'm going to go ahead and continue. Not existent in my case. Cryptocurrency, did you sell, receive? So no is my answer, and save and continue. So now you see, once you do all of these steps, you will arrive at your income summary, and you can see the wages, interest income, dividend income. Now this is something that I did not fill out, and therefore it reflects as 0, but my wages reflect as $50,000. This is correct. This data is correct, and I'm going to click on continue. Perfect. Moving on. All right, so we've got the income. Now let's maximize the refund. So if you see, this is going to be the third step. We are going to move on to deductions. Awesome. Now, do you have any of these deductions? For example, I can go ahead and showcase charity. Let's continue. And okay, donation to charity. So we can start on this, and cash donation. So let's say that I'm giving away $2,000. All right, I'm going to say yes. There are no non-cash donations right here. Once this is done, I can save and continue. So in this manner, you can go ahead, put out all the details of, if you see, I had just done donations, right? So if there are any medical expenses, taxes paid, interest, investment interest, any thefts or casualties. So you can go ahead, put out all of these details, and it will automatically reflect in the deductions part. You don't have to do it manually. All right. So yeah, for example, the homeowner expenses, medical expenses, once you put out all of these details, it will automatically reflect in your deductions. I'm going to just continue for now. Now we think you should take the standard deduction. This is standard deduction. Perfect. I'm going to save and continue. So it is automatically calculating this. Did you have a health insurance from Marketplace? I'm going to answer no. Continue. Did you contribute to IRA, right? So I'm going to click on no and save and continue. Do you have any college expense? No, I don't have any college expense because I'm employed right now. No dependents, so no college expense, and that's why I'm choosing no. You can save and continue. Do you have any student loan and interest? So again, no. Save and continue. Do you have any teacher expense? Again, no, and continue. Earned income credit summary, perfect. Some people qualify for earning and we check, but unfortunately you don't qualify. That's okay. We will just click on continue. Now, did you make your home more energy efficient? I'm just going to click on no, because there are some credits, but I will have to put out those details. If your client has those, go ahead, put out those details and click on yes. For now, I'm going to save and continue this. Do you pay for childcare? Again, I have clicked on no, and I'm going to save and continue this. Now, there are common deductions in credits, right? So, for example, if I had put out details on IRA contributions or college tuition, student expenses or teacher expenses, I would have received those, but I haven't put any, and therefore they were not reflecting. If there are any, you can go ahead and still edit these out and get them reflected. We're going to continue. Are there any other deductions and credits that I want to add details about? For example, health savings account, medical savings, adoption. So I'm not putting out any details. Your client will give these to you. Make sure you add those wherever applicable. I'm just going to go and continue. Okay. So now if you see your 2024 deductions and credit summary, total deductions $14,600, and these are standard deductions. Otherwise, I'm not receiving any because I haven't put out any details. It automatically will take up the details that you put out. I'm going to continue, and progress is done. Now we come to the miscellaneous part. So we have done 3 parts, which is personal details, the income, the deductions, and now we land to miscellaneous, right? So I am not putting out any of these details. So whatever estimated tax payments you've done, extension payment, installment agreement request, underpayment penalty, you can go ahead and put out all of these details. You just click on start and you will land to those pages. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, continue this refund maximizer. So yes, I want to, of course, maximize my refund. Save and continue. Okay. Double check if you can claim dependents. So child with job, no. Child claimed by other parent, no. And other dependents are also no. I'm going to continue this. Awesome. Minimize my income, save and continue. Again, it is going to ensure that deductions and credits, whatever data I have put, they are correct. So all these options I had already checked no. I'm going to continue on the same path and everything looks great. Perfect. Check for documents. Now, this is an important part while you're filing the return. These are just the places where you put out those details, but make sure that you have all of these details, right? Which is Form 1099 INT for interest income, 1099G for taxable state refund income, and 1099 SA or 5498 SA for HSA information. Okay. So this should definitely be there. And we are going to click on continue. Now, once I have filled out all of these details, it will pick up my wages from there. All my deductions will appear here. And you can see it's $14,600 automatically calculated. I just had to fill out the form, right? So this is my taxable income and this is my total tax. No calculation needed on my part. It automatically does that for me. Perfect. So I'm going to click on continue. Now is my state return, right? So this was the federal part of it. Now we're going to continue to state return. And did you live in New York? So I'm going to answer yes. Did you live there all year? Again, I'm going to answer yes. Where did you make money? Did you make money in any other state? So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to continue. Residency address is correct. Perfect. So basic New Yorker information, is this your permanent address? Yes. Email address. So this could be done on my email. I'm going to continue. Okay. So perfect. Now it is loading. What is your New York City residency status? Did you live in New York? So I'm going to say yes. Full year NYC resident. Save and continue. Save. What's your Yonkers residency status? So did you live in Yonkers? No, no, no income separately as well with school. So I can say Brooklyn and continue. Did you receive unemployment from New York? No. Additional income. So there is no additional income. I'm not going to put out any details here. Any miscellaneous additions to income, nothing to declare here. So just save and continue. Subtractions from income. So nothing to be subtracted. No miscellaneous subtractions also. Standard deduction is 8,000. Okay, so it is automatically picked that up as well. I'm going to continue. Do you have any of these itemized deductions? So it could be medical expenses, taxes paid, interest, gift to charity, so and so. These could be put out. Let's say that I add medical expenses, right? So let's say that my medical expenses amounted to 1,500 US dollars. I can save and continue. Okay, in this manner, you can go ahead and add all of the deductions that your client really has and continue. I'm just doing all of this for dummy purposes. Now, if you see, this is my deduction summary. Standard deduction is given, and I'm going to continue on this. Let's see what New York credits you qualify for. So I wasn't a volunteer firefighter, ambulance worker, or star accredited once. So all of these are marked as no, and I'm going to continue this. Any miscellaneous topics? So these are not applicable in my case. I'm going to continue. Perfect. So this is my New York tax summary. Now if you see specific to my state, right? So this is federal adjusted gross income, which is 50,000 US dollars. Some deductions that I've received, New York adjusted gross income, so 8,000. This is my taxable income, and this is my New York tax that is calculated. All right. Perfect. Total amount owed to New York is 3,503. All the calculations automatically done. Just click on continue. Okay. Perfect. Let us continue. Only a few things to finish. So continue to final steps. All right. Now I'm going to continue again. Perfect. So once you have filled out all of these details, so your personal income, deductions, credits, miscellaneous, summary, and your state details, this is where you will arrive at, right? So this is where you make the payment and you can go ahead, put out your credit card details. For example, let's say I'm going to click on pay with my credit card, continue that. And this is my return that I will be filing. But once I put out my credit card details and click on pay now, that's it. It's done. So it barely takes 10 to 15 minutes to get this done. And you can also use this free tool, which is FreeTaxUSA right here, and pay all the taxes, file out different forms using this platform. Let me know how you found the video, and if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer those. Please put them out in the comments and make sure to like, share, and subscribe.